Hello. Yeah, I'm a traditionally published poet. I also perform my poetry, and I'm a debut novelist to be of next January. And I have an international team that made a little audio advert. It's going to be a video later, but I'll play you it.
In a small-town cafe, amidst the hum of ordinary life, there's a man whose beauty could stop time. He is the muse. He goes to sleep as an Adonis, wakes up as an Adonis. But what happens when admiration turns into obsession? The silence between them, a myriad of questions. Can admiration alone be enough, or will it destroy everything? This is a story of passion, obsession, and limerence. What if the most beautiful man you've ever seen never even knew you existed? The male god. The story of the most beautiful man seen, but never truly known.
So that was the audio ad, and the blurb goes like this. Even if I lived alone, gave him all the suns and the moons and the whole universe, and it wouldn't belong to anyone anymore, I wouldn't be irreplaceable to him. These sentences are the only thing I can give. These sentiments echo through literature and culture. How does love shape one's art? Perhaps love isn't the proper word. Perhaps the male god's unflinching gaze at the obsessions we bestow upon strangers and the many quiet resolutions dedicated to them. This story might take place in a fictional cafe, in a fictional town, in a fictional year, but it happens in the front of readers' very eyes. And to the chapter. The book is called The Male God. I wish I could be the woman to plant olive trees in Palestine with Y. This is my life without him. Life equals the recurrent thought of him. Nothing else feels as real. I know how sentimental that sounds, and I have to say it's not the most beautiful way of saying it. But him in my life as a stranger I've run into after day meant something more to me. I do not know already too much to admit, but please do continue reading this book which is about himself and the little details, moments and gestures, the months that have driven me wild. They've driven me back to raw feelings and emotional landscapes that I thought I had forgotten by living the everyday again and again. The day I saw him for the first time, time stopped. I'm not even kidding, why? Absolutely everything split for a second. I've never seen a living man as beautiful as him, and had to get into something I know that I would be my personal destruction. I'd admit those words are quite dramatic, and the world with or without him will still be the same. This dedication for him, the muse and the main character, and the dedication I have for this book are all in tune with music, rain, moods, sudden changes, and even the outfits I've seen him wear. This is a book for the glass wall opposite the cafe, the ashtrays, the small trees that try to stand still in the wind, and the houseplants that the baristas circle around to water. This book is dedicated to the milieu of a small town, one of which is not forever in his life. It is dedicated also to the cafe I saw him in for the first time in mid-April this year. Spring was still a distant dream, and it was snowing. To know more, he has to read every word, see every sentence to its end, and admit to himself no one has ever tried to talk to him this way. How can somebody I barely know the name of change my life so completely over a matter of months? Without a touch, without a true connection or a word directed to me. This far, that is all I know. To get to the very end of this book, he'll see what's happening during these lunch hours, afternoons, and that one night no other can replace in my mind. He sees he didn't do anything. He didn't have to. He simply was himself with all his arrogance, ignorance, gentle smile that was for somebody else. and with his deep and black eyes, with that Italian phrase said to the old man smoking outside, with everything he is and ever was. He made a difference I cannot name or define yet. Was he sent to this town just to grace the streets with the perfection he holds? Was he just a regular customer trying to get on with their day? Was he someone else I imagined? I'll probably never know. If something, I'll remember the way he says, fuck it, that, something else, other, without a second of hesitation. I have started to think differently about the world. I am no longer the same woman I was before him, before us, before my latest obsession. I cannot eat nor sleep because I think about him all the time. I'm pissed off by that. I'm really alone when I laugh about the topic with my friends. I listen to music that I know he has listened to before. I no longer wait for a reply or half of a word, even if I practice smiling in conversations beforehand quietly in my mind. My inner monologue has been silent for years, but now it has awakened. I talk to myself, I repeat his name to myself, and I'm restless when I look at the distance from the balcony. I chain smoke because I can't think of anything else to do at home. One night, I think I'd be in love. I found out everything about him from his digital footprint, all the info that was online. His occupation, hobbies, his father's name and hometown, his previous hometowns. At least I don't know his phone number or his address. I don't even want to know. Actually, I don't want to talk to him. I can't. It'd be fucking immoral. I'm married. Every time I go out, I put the wedding ring on to prove it. Nevertheless, I come to the cafe every single day. I saw him for the first time there over a month ago. I was going to walk past, but I saw him in the window and changed my mind. I ordered something, possibly an iced tea. I suppose he was on a date, but for some incomprehensible reason kept looking at me. I wasn't thinking much about it back then, but eventually I got hooked on him. I tried to make indirect plans to meet him via casual model photo shoot with my best friend, who is a photographer. He replied he doesn't like to be in front of the camera, so that was a no. I wasn't going to set myself up to be the photo assistant there. I tried to hire a gal to do the job for $20. She didn't know anything about this. Well, he didn't want the pics, although he had been flattered because of the demand. Before he replied to the photo request, I had already written him a long email. It took me a while to search his email address. It wasn't one for his work to the city university. It would have been improper to contact him through the work mail. I went to see his profile once I had found him and recognized him from the profile photo at the cafe's social media following. My anonymous email address was in English, like the message, and I complimented him the style, the intelligence, and told him I wished to write a book about him. He would be the perfect main character, eccentric, like he was always dancing when he was walking past the window table. My anonymous email address was awomanbythewindow@gmail.com. I couldn't let him leave my life without making an undeniable impression on him like no one would have ever done before. It was true that now, when I've gone to the cafe every day of the week at around 5 p.m. to see him, the owners of the cafe have been amused by my presence. They are unaware why I'm suddenly started going there all the time. Of course, they wouldn't understand unless he told them about my message. That would be awkward. I have no clue what I was chasing for, what moment I tried to capture, what the hell I was after when I wrote him. He visited the cafe with a female friend. They hugged on the other side of the window after reacting like a wild horse on seeing me, a little smug, with a wide smile on his face reminding me of a poet. And by tilting his chin back before the unremarkable hug he shared with her. When I escaped my own panic, excitement and funk to smoke a cig on the street wearing my heels in a showy manner with all my stuff with me, he had already ordered frappes and left immediately. When he passed me in the hallway, My eyes ran into his shoulder of his white hoodie and climbed back into his eyes. His eyes were closed or looking down.